Hi, I'm Ruth and I'm going to show you some exercises that you can do with gliders. First of all, we're going to do a lunge, forward and backwards. I'm only using one glider, so one leg is going to be rooted down to the floor. The other leg that has the glider on is going to do a big lunge forwards. Arms, I'm just going to put them on my hips to get them out of the way for now. Big lunge. Pull through the floor as you take it back to the starting position. So you're pushing down, using some of the resistance with the floor. Make sure you keep your spine nice and tall, nice and long. Engage the abdominals. Now the other one is going to be going backwards. So swap the leg that has my glider. Now the right one is rooted down to the spot. This left leg, instead of bending like we did with the forward lunge, I'm going to keep it straight. So I'm going to have the glider on the ball of my foot. Take it backwards, bend the supporting leg, and then pull it back in. Take it backwards, pull it back in. I'm using my arms opposite, but again you could have them on your hips. You could even take them up to the sky. So those are my lunges, forward and back. Now we're going to do parallel legs with the inner thigh. It's like a one-leg squat. Squatting, or bending the leg, on the left leg, I'm going to extend out my right leg long and straight so I can feel a little stretch from the inner thigh, and then stand up on the supporting leg, pull in the right leg. So we go out, slide it back in, out, and slide it back in. And then the last one, turning your feet out, so right from the hips, open up the thighs, pull in the abdominals. I think this one's a bit like doing ballet. We're going to take a big second position, so both legs are bent, shoulders are over hips, and then straighten both legs at the same time. So it goes out, and in, and out, and in. There we have it. So the next two exercises are going to be for my arms and using the glider on the floor in my hands. First one, it's basically like a press up. I'm doing narrow arm press ups for triceps, but I'm going to try and do it using one arm with the aid of the glider. The glider will slide out sideways and then resist against the floor, pulling it back in. So I'm doing this in a 3/4 plank kind of a box, but of course if you're stronger you do it in a full plank. Dip the elbow back. Slide the arm out and then pull it back to the start. Make sure you keep your back up nice and straight. Don't dip in the middle. Zip up those abdominals. And back to the beginning. And then the next one. Both hands on the glider. Again, I'm doing this in a box, but you could do it in a full plank. The arms are going to come out. And then pull them back. Again, using that floor resistance. Start underneath your face, go out, and return to underneath your face. What you have to watch out for is that you don't take your body weight back to your legs and end up doing this. You have to keep it forward as you go down. Really good for the lats as well here. So there's the two arm on the floor with the glider. And lastly, we're going to do some exercises from a plank position using both of the gliders. So, pop your feet on them, hands shoulder width apart, take yourself out into a plank. First of all, keeping the legs together, we're going to do a squat thrust. So you bring your knees in, and take them back out. Bring them in, take them back out. Careful to keep your body as straight as you can, abs nice and tight. Good, next one, quite similar, but we're going to be using the legs alternating one forward and one back. So you can do this quite fast, get a bit of cardio going there. Right to left, right to left. And again, you want to keep your back a nice straight line. Variation on the squat thrust would be to add a twist. So you're going to glue your legs together and take both legs to one side of you and then the other by twisting in the middle. Take your legs out to plank. As you bring them in, bring them both to one side. And then lastly, kind of made this one up, so I'm not really sure what it's called. We're going to take a plank, then do a big old stretch with one leg, drawing it all the way up as high as you can, and take it back. Good for the inner thighs, tests your core, works on your flexibility. Quite tiring. Good. And that's the end of the series.